day, huh? Hilton made the comment earlier. He said the last time we did a groundbreaking was in Madison, Wisconsin. Our station up there, it was 2 degrees above zero. I said we're a company of extremes, and we are. Thank you to everybody for coming out. And this is a great big project. We've been at in North Augusta, 1301 Georgia Avenue for, by the time we move into the new building, it will be 65 years. And we build a new station, by God, every 65 years, whether we need one or not. And let me tell you, make no mistake, we need one. So this is a great big project. This is going to be absolutely the finest television facility that exists in this country. And it's going to be proudly owned by absolutely the best television broadcast group in the country, and great, as we like to call it. That's G-R-A-Y. Great television. And it is. And great companies, you know, have great leadership. And I want to point out, we got Chris Mossman here, who's stationed out of Lexington, Kentucky. He's one of our television vice presidents. He has performed double duties, 17-time duties. He's been running our station in Lexington, Kentucky for a number of years, as well as being a regional vice president. And he has relinquished that role to become just a television vice president in charge of 17 stations now. So that's a big job, and we're very fortunate to have Chris on our team. And Chris and I go way back, and glad to have him. Big reporting future. And at the absolute top of the great leadership team is a guy who is he's a big thinker. And I'm telling you, when I start talking about big thinker, think wow, big thinker. Hilton Howell is our president and CEO of Gray Television, among other things that he does. But he thinks big. He has seen this thing. We came up to the property, Masters of 17, I think. We drove up to the property, and Hilton says, "This is it. This is where we want to go." We went and looked at another handful of places, maybe. Let's go back and look at it. Soundproofing. We're going to be able to take care of that. Good. That's not going to sound good in a newscast at all. We're going to take care of that. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our president and CEO, big thinker, big guy, Hilton Howell.
Thank you, Mike. I don't know about big thinker, but I know I've got big head. You were wise enough to make this thing as large as it could go to fit on me as we went out there this morning. Today really is, in so many very special ways, an enormous day for RDW, AGT, CW, and the Mean Mind and the antenna television networks here in Augusta, Georgia, and then for our company as well, Gray Television. For those of you that don't know about Gray, we're now in 57 markets across the United States. And in those markets, we have really the number 1 or number 2 broadcasting asset delivering to the local communities. And we announced 2 weeks ago on Monday that we're acquiring Raycom out of Montgomery, Alabama, which will take us to 92 markets, which is roughly half the United States, which we're extremely excited about. Here in Georgia, it will expand us beyond Augusta and Thomasville, Tallahassee, and Albany. We'll be adding WLV back into our family. We'll be adding WTOC in Savannah and a fabulous station in Columbus. So we expand even more broadly throughout Georgia, but more importantly, we've expanded geographically throughout the United States. We literally go from Presque Isle, Maine, to Anchorage, Alaska, to Honolulu, Hawaii, to Augusta, Georgia, to West Palm Beach, Florida. It's crazy. One of the greatest things I have to do in my job is to get around and see those stations. And I'll tell you one thing, if you have any questions about the greatness of the United States, go into those markets. Go in there and see them. The people of the United States are so varied, are so vital, are so important. And as a consequence, what we get to do as local broadcasters is demonstrate that greatness to the world. We will be, in the 21st century, the local news provider, the local news creator, the local news chronicler. And with this investment in Augusta and the Savannah River area, Gray and RDW WAGT will be, I think, unrivaled. I want you to know I'm extremely proud of the design that we have put forward. It is cutting edge, it is modern, it is 21st century, and it shows the growth and the vision of what I see in this community. As you see from the boards here that have been falling from time to time, but I hope that you come up and take a look at them when they get stuck back up. Thankfully, there's a breeze that caused that. It really is. It is a 21st century facility, and it will have technology that is simply unparalleled. I want to recognize some of our design team that came down here with us. First, with Hendrick, is Chris Hurt. Chris, can you raise your hand? You can't miss him. He's the tallest man in the crowd. Willis Watts as well. And then I know that I'm going to miss a large number of folks, but I wanted to recognize Travis Darnell, our lead builder. In the back, and the real important person here is Jennifer Henderson, right here. Jennifer. They're going to be the people, the builders that bring this dream to a reality. And so I really do appreciate all of that. Beyond that, I want to thank the viewers. I want to thank the associates. I want to thank everyone involved on air with RDW AGT, because it was their success, their commitment to this community, and the need to get a new building, but more importantly, what they did every day that allowed us to do this. And so let's give a round of applause to everyone with RDW. With that, do we have someone else that's coming up? Yes. Okay.
Okay, so I think we are going to do a little ceremonial dirt moving to make this thing official. If we could have our fearless leaders over here with the shovels real quick. Mike? I do have a funny story about Mike. So when he took over as GM last March, he had a full head of hair. He was just flowing locks. And then we put this on him. But if anyone can handle everything on his plate, learning the GM ropes, starting a new building, it is definitely Mike Oates. Okay, so everyone get your cameras ready. Unofficial. Dirt through the shovel.
You're here might need some supervision, and we're concerned that